to salvage Iraq's peace initiative. And U.S. Marines launch what could be the prelude to a ground war. This is the CBS Evening News. Bob Schieffer reporting. Good evening. With all signs now indicating the Allied forces could launch a ground attack on Iraqi forces within a matter of days, perhaps even hours, attention on the diplomatic front is shifting this weekend to Moscow. The Iraqi foreign minister is scheduled to arrive there soon for talks with Soviet leader Gorbachev, and the UN Secretary General Perez de Cuellar said tonight those talks could be the beginning of a thaw leading to a negotiated settlement. Doug Tennell has been monitoring the diplomatic maneuvering today from his post in Oman. We begin with his report.
Iraq's envoy to the UN today said his government was ready to negotiate.
We are not really putting any condition. We have repeatedly stated that we are ready for a genuine, bona fide dialogue without any condition.
And in half-dozen capitals around the world, diplomats are working round the clock to make that happen. They are trying to turn a proposal President Bush called a hoax into a viable alternative to a costly ground war for Kuwait. In Moscow, officials welcomed the Iraqi statement, despite a list of conditions that Soviet diplomats said may render it meaningless.
The thing which might lead to positive results is certainly the Iraqi willingness, at least to talk now, about the withdrawal of their forces from Kuwait. And we'd like to pick it up and to pursue this line in our discussions with them.
In Tokyo, the Soviet envoy who met Saddam Hussein last week called for a flexible response from the coalition. Iraq's foreign minister Tariq Aziz is headed to Moscow to meet with Mikhail Gorbachev soon.
I think the visit of Tariq Aziz to Moscow within the next few hours is going to be very important, very significant, and without any exaggeration, it could be a turning point in this war.
The Soviet effort is being closely coordinated with officials in Tehran. Iran's foreign minister met Iraqi officials today, and in Amman, Jordan, Yasser Arafat condemned the quick and categoric rejection of the Iraqi proposal by President Bush.
It is better for him not to be the hero of this mad war, but to be the hero of peace.
But on the ground, the Allied answer to Iraq's proposal, more bombing. And Baghdad's response, more pictures of the casualties. On a field trip outside Baghdad today, Iraqi officials told reporters these people were injured in overnight air raids.
Arab officials here hope there will be no ground war until the meetings between the Soviets and the Iraqis are over. That leaves at least 48 hours for diplomacy to work. Not long, considering that many believe it may already be too late. Doug Tennell, CBS News, Amman.
It was revealed today that Soviet leader Gorbachev wrote President Bush earlier this week before the Iraqi proposal, asking for a delay in the ground war until after the talks in Moscow. Randall Pinkston is standing by in Kennebunkport, Maine, where the president is spending the holiday weekend. Randall?
Bob, the president refused today to comment on that letter from Soviet leaders requesting a delay in the ground war, but on the same day the letter arrived, senior administration officials said the ground war wouldn't begin for a few days. Presumably that would give the Iraqi delegation time to get to Moscow for their meeting early next week. Mr. Bush paid the Soviets a compliment today, saying they're trying to be constructive in their talks with Iraq. And given the Soviet Union's sometimes tenuous role with respect to the anti-Iraq coalition, Mr. Bush wants to appear to be receptive to any ideas coming out of Moscow about a negotiated settlement. But the president again rejected the offer from Iraq yesterday to pull out of Kuwait, an offer laden with conditions that the allies are unwilling to accept.
Here we go. Braving sub-freezing temperatures and a brisk wind,